What's up, fight fans? We are heading all the way to Sydney, Australia this weekend with some absolutely outstanding matchups. Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland rematch world title main event. This is one you're not going to want to miss. And just for you, to make this fight night even better, I have teamed up with DraftKings to bring you all a great offer right now. DraftKings is giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after they place a wager for just $5. So don't wait. Download the DraftKings app. Do it right now. When you sign up, use the code SONNEN. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Stay in on the action. Use your $200 in bonus bets for same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. You can combine multiple bets together from the same fight. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy for a shot to win cash prizes. I want you to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. When you sign up, place in at least a $5 wager, use the promo code SONNEN. Get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm going to read to you the headline. Oh, Jesse Holland did the... God. I hate it when something good happens, then I find out I got to credit Jesse Holland. Golly, he's been on a pretty good run lately. All right, UFC fighter who succumbed to paint fumes and fought with debilitating injury breaks his silence on hasty release. All right, so what do we know there? Somebody fought. It sounds like they've got a very interesting story for their performance, and they've been released. All right. I came to Riyadh. Oh, the fighter starts this. Let's talk about UFC Saudi Arabia. That's a pretty good intro. Let's talk about that. All right, fair enough. Let's talk about it. I came to Riyadh to win and pull off the upset. After a strong fight week, I felt dizzy on Saturday due to paint fumes. Then, just 70 seconds into the fight, I injured my left foot. The moment my switch kick landed, it hit his elbow. I felt it instantly and knew the fight would not play out the way I had planned. Oh, that would hurt so bad. First off, you pull a switch kick right into a guy's elbow, the last place you want it, and your foot breaks. Oh, by the way, when your foot returns to earth, you're standing on your feet in front of this guy in the octagon. That's a bad spot. At the end of 2018, I signed my first contract with the UFC. All right, I'm fast forwarding this. From being Rookie of the Year to becoming an MMA veteran, it's been an unforgettable adventure. While this chapter closes, my story is far from over. I continue to fight, take on new challenges, and settle unfinished business in the cage. Signed Rozenstruik. What? They released Rozenstruik? No, I can't have this right. Rozenstruik, big boy, team big boy. Who wrote this? Oh, it's written by Rozenstruik. The whole thing that I just read to you. Rozenstruik, by the way. That's actually the way you say his last name. Rozenstruik. Oh, he got released. I did not know that. All right. I didn't know I was reading a piece on Rozenstruik. I got to tell you. That's a surprise to me. And let me break that down. UFC Riyadh that he wants to discuss. That was Saturday. That's where Izzy fought for perspective. MVP. Generally speaking, this is a big generalization by me. In fact, what I'm about to say was policy, but I'm going back to 2014. I don't know if that's been true for the last decade, but generally guys don't get cut until 30 days after the fight. Because what they would do is they would wait for the drug tests to come back, just in case you lost and you get cut by a guy and the fight gets pulled back because he failed the drug test. So that fight gets switched to a no contest. So all of a sudden you were only cut because you lost, but now you didn't lose. It was officially a no contest. You see where? So generally they would wait. I'm a little surprised that Rozenstruik already has this information. And he's talking about paint fumes. Do you guys think in the world of excuses that you've heard them all? I wish that he would have elaborated on that. And at the same time, I'm glad he didn't, because he would have looked like a fool. He would look like a complete fool. It doesn't mean that it's completely foolish. I had a situation Okay, now you got to hear me out on this. Have you ever been around a wrestling mat? Have you ever been part of, and this is probably a no, but have you ever been part of unrolling a wrestling mat, particularly a brand new one? All that on top of the Resoline, all that shiny surface, the stripes that they put on, the circle, the zone, that's all put on with a very, very strong adhesive. So it gets put on, and the mat gets rolled up right away, and it gets shipped out. So when you get it, you pull the cardboard off, then you pull the plastic layer off, and now you have a rolled up mat, and you need to unroll it for the first time, right? Okay. So all those fumes from all that adhesive have been trapped in the mat. They got rolled up for one, they got put in plastic for two and tied off, so now it's just not ever going to go anywhere. And you can even ship this across the country. When they open that up and they unroll it, all those adhesives are coming off. I had this experience one time, MacArthur Court. And we were sitting next to it. The mat is rolled out. We're doing a dual meet. We got Cal Poly on one side. I'm sitting on this side. I'm sitting next to Royce Reppin. And Royce is telling me, hey, man, you're going to want to sit somewhere else. This is brutal over here. And he's telling me why. He's saying the fumes from this mat. He explains the whole thing to me. It's like, Chael, are you not smelling that? He's like, oh, dude, this is. I said, yeah, I did smell it. I didn't know it was the mat. He goes, yeah, it's coming from the mat. And he said, you're going to get high if you sit here and keep breathing this. So I'm sitting by Royce, okay? And a fly comes over to the mat. A fly comes as he's telling me how toxic, and he's telling me about these fumes, and he's telling me you don't want to breathe this stuff in. As he does that, a fly comes over to the mat. And then the fly goes to leave the mat, and he can't do it. And the fly starts having trouble. The fly goes down onto its back and dies in front of us just from smelling those fumes. That's a 100% true story. So, what a weird deal, right? I have that experience. I've seen that. If Rozenstruik got put in a situation where he's breathing this paint in to the point that it's making him goofy, I mean, not for nothing. Possibly we've just seen an elephant fly. Possibly we have, right? I will agree, it's one of the more peculiar excuses in the history of our sport. It doesn't make it not true. I don't want Rozenstruik gone, by the way. When I picked that up to read it, I didn't know Jesse wrote it, and I didn't know I was reading about Rozenstruik. This is actually bad news for me. There's plenty of fights that I could tell you I want to see Rozenstruik in. Plenty of them. What if Rozenstruik ends up in bare knuckle, by the way? Ooh, even Ben Rothwell's going to look at that and go, ooh. That's an interesting one. Rozenstruik on the free market, man. If there's anybody that's not afraid to go get into a fight, it's him. So, paint fumes. MacArthur Court. Jalen Royce, fly, dead. You've probably heard a lot of firsts in these last 7 minutes.